Hi, my name is John Bellamy, and this is my presentation for ITEC6240. It involves ethical issues surrounding medical records. In this section, we'll provide an overview of what electronic medical records are, as well as a detailed background, including an overview of the current laws that affect and limit their transmission and storage. Healthcare is an ever-evolving field, and with that evolution, there's an ever-increasing need for providers to access patient medical records at various times throughout the day. In this presentation, we will examine how a healthcare group implementing a new software system that allows easier access to patients' medical records off-site. The ethical and legal issues would revolve around having those records potentially being exposed to cyber attacks. Through careful examination of the existing laws that include HIPAA and what security rules are already in place that relate to patient privacy and how the healthcare group can possibly improve upon what is currently being done by similar organizations. As a CTO, having electronic medical records, or EMR, easily and securely accessible will increase patient care and satisfaction. In a look at the background, providers are always looking for a new way to access patient data away from the office. Until now, there hasn't really been a safe and secure way to access this data totally. While other systems are in place, the risk just really isn't worth the reward. The data in question would be any that's associated to a patient that is collected, transmitted, processed, and stored by a healthcare facility. In 2009, the American Reinvestment and Recovery Act, or ARRA, was enacted with the aim to modernize health information technology in the United States. Notably, Health Information Technology for Economic and Clinical Health Act, under the acronym ITEC, founded the concept of meaningful usage having the 5 pillars. The current law that governs patient privacy is called HIPAA, which stands for Health Insurance Portability and Accountability, a law in the United States that requires accountability and privacy in medical records. Specific definitions and rules around data concerning health, genetic data, and biometric data. Specific conditions on obtaining explicit consent, usage of health information, and access to collected information. Selected provinces have specialized health-related privacy legislation in place. In this next section, we'll look at the inadequacies in the current systems that are in place, as well as those that are adequate and would remain under a new system. There are many parts that come up short in the current EMR system in place. These inadequacies include the following. There's a big concern when opening up access to a large, diverse group of users with concern to patient medical records. The current system also has a very limited group of core goals that include the following: data security, authentication, availability, integrity, and most importantly, confidentiality. Even though there are many limiting factors in the current system, there are a few parts that will be kept in regards to the new software system we're looking to replace it with. Since medical staff are always looking for a new way to access patient data away from the office. Until now, there really hasn't been a safe and secure way to access this data without fear of a data breach. Furthermore, healthcare providers acknowledge that big data has the potential to reveal hidden insights to improve patient care. The current systems in place allow protections in the following categories: names, social security numbers, medical record numbers, and their addresses. After examining both the inadequacies and adequacies of the current system, we'll now examine our solution for a new software system in the following section. Our main goal is the creation of a secure provider access portal for all of our healthcare providers. Most importantly, our system will protect medical data from intruders, malware, and frauds while retaining confidentiality and integrity of healthcare data. Our system will have the incorporation of a two-factor authentication for all provider access. Regular backups using encryption will also be employed. Proper training for all that use the portal. This is one of the most important parts of our overall solution. Without training on how to use the new system, patient data would be no better off than what is currently had under the existing systems. With proper training and knowledge of how to handle patient data, providers will be able to not only provide a better overall product for their patients, but also one that doesn't compromise their data. In conclusion, for better patient care, a careful overhaul of the existing methods and procedures need to be our first priority. The development of a software solution that helps promote the creation of a culture of transparency, consistency, and security of patient data. Through careful mitigation of the potential vulnerabilities that relate to privacy and patient protection, the software solution should have safeguards that take into account all these different factors. Moreover, mandatory training on these systems is a must, and only after going through this rigorous training will a provider be allowed to access patient data. This concludes our presentation on the ethical issues surrounding medical records and how a new software solution should be used to replace existing legacy systems to further protect patient data. We'll now open up the discussion for any questions or comments regarding the presentation. Thank you all for your time and consideration.